The views and opinions expressed in Media Litter Sandwich do not reflect on the views of the network, station, studio, website, sponsors, guests, hosts themselves, anyone or anything else associated or even not associated with this podcast. Maybe not even the person that said them. In other words, do your own research and do not sue anyone over what is said on this show.
I'm doing one tomorrow, so you're a test.
Welcome to Media Litter Sandwich. I'm Toaden from Toaden.com, and of course, this is my Media Litter Sandwich. So it's called Toaden's Media Litter Sandwich. If you want to be the first person to listen to these, you go join the Patreon. There's different tiers, and one tier you'll get it first. But if you want to be the second person to listen, go to DV Radio. We're on Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm on the internet. Of course, it's on the internet, but it's also on your Life 365 app. But I'm in the chat room on the website, so you can always come hang out with me. And if not, you're already watching this or listening to this, so it's on a million podcast apps. It's on YouTube, and it's on the website and wherever else it's on. And so anyway, I used to hang out with this guy over at a coffee house, but we're not at a coffee house. We're somewhere else where, if you're hearing some of the HVAC noise, sorry. It was really hot this January. We had to turn on the air conditioner. That's what happened. Sorry. Mel, go ahead, introduce yourself. What are we doing here?
Hey, my name's Mal. I own Pong Detroit. We're a ping pong social club, and anyone can kind of come out and play ping pong on our Olympic tables, ITTF approved Olympic tables. We're also involved in the community. We do a Inner City Detroit Youth Training Program. We're going to be doing a wheelchair table tennis program for disabled veterans and also a seniors program.
Is there with disabled veterans? Is there an exact organization?
Yes, it's the Michigan chapter of the Paralyzed Veterans of America.
Okay, very good. DV, as I mentioned, DV Radio, that actually stands for Dysfunctional Veterans. So this is veteran, so we are syndicated on a veteran-owned and ran station. And also, we also help support the DV Farm, which if you want more information, go to dvfarm.org. It's basically a limited bedding. It has limited beds, but it's a homeless shelter rehabilitation area. They want the people that the VA don't want.
Right.
And they do some great work. They're out on the farm in New Hampshire. So they work with horses, chickens, and it's a really great program. And if people can't, if you want to donate, go to ddfarm.org or buy some. They got coffee there, so great coffee, Battlegrounds, that helps. And if you can't do anything else, go shop on Amazon. In fact, go shop on smile.amazon. If you don't know what smile.amazon is, it's the exact same thing as Amazon, except for you can pick a charity of your choice. Mine is DV Farm, and then a little piece of those proceeds goes to charity at no cost to you. So now we can actually talk about this stuff.
Great.
So you mentioned a couple different things. What is this regular? All I know is I played ping pong growing up, and ping pong sitting somewhere in the back of the warehouse in the Marine Corps. So what's the standardization? I know nothing. Talk to me like I'm a little child, because I don't know nothing about ping pong.
Well, like I said, these are ITTF Olympic tables.
So what's ITTI?
International Table Tennis Federation.
Okay.
And so they're approved. We could actually have an approved tournament on these tables if we wanted to. And at some point, we probably will. We're just getting started. So the basic thing is we want people to come down and hang out and have a good time. We've got food. We got drink. It's just a social thing. And ping pong is the number 2 participation sport in the world after soccer.
So you're always here. You're always.
This is our part-time temporary location here at Burt's. We're going to
Burt's Warehouse in Detroit. So
Eastern Market.
I'm actually a mile down from where I normally film. So, and if the audio is a little bit different, that's because I'm an idiot and didn't bring my handheld microphone. This was impromptu. Forgot it. Usually with my camera stuff, but that's okay. I got a shotgun microphone, so this is a shotgun podcast today.
Excellent.
But yeah. So we're a mile down from our normal record. We're in Eastern Market, Detroit. This is great, though. because you got a bar, you got 2 restaurants connected to here, and one of those bars even has a live musician stuff. I walked by her and she sounded fantastic.
Yeah, they pretty much have entertainment going on here every night. So there's always something to do here besides our table tennis. So
Yeah, it's cool to put that together because it's not just a night playing table tennis. It's you can literally walk up and down if you're waiting for a table or something, which you're not tonight, but that's okay. We actually have some gentlemen getting ready to play right now. So hey, that would be great background noises.
absolutely,
I love
absolutely.
it.
Nothing better than the sound of a ping pong ball.
Yeah. Video version
Awesome,
is
yeah.
different than the audio version. If you look at the video version, I'm actually playing with some balls right now. So you say you got some organizations. How do nonprofits? How does that work? How did you reach out to them?
Well, I wanted Pong Detroit to be involved in the community. Basically, when people come in and play here, we rent out tables by the hour, and then money we make from table rentals, we'll be selling some merch that helps support the community programs that we do. And then eventually, we're going to move to a permanent home. This is our part-time temporary home. We're here just to start out. We started Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings from 5 to 11 p.m. for open play for everyone. We'll start getting into some tournaments and doing some fun things. Here too. There's a game called Berlin Pong where it's kind of like a musical chairs with ping pong. So you kind of move around the table and everybody hits at once, and whoever screws up, they're out. And
So how many people are around the chair, around the table?
you can have 4, you can have 6, you can have 10, you can have 20, whatever you want.
Oh, it kind of reminds me of playing like hacky sack.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of fun. So
that's awesome. Like, what do you expect this to do? Why ping pong?
Why not? I mean, ping pong is the number 2 participation sport in the world. Everybody loves ping pong. It's one of the few sports.
What's number 1 participation sport?
Soccer.
Who in America plays soccer?
Everybody.
Really?
Everybody. Soccer's booming in this country now.
Okay.
And ping pong will be too.
Okay.
Ping pong. In the Olympics, soccer's an Olympic. Table tennis is an Olympic sport.
Okay.
And
But
now,
you should say table, like pong or table tennis. Are you going to pick a vernacular or a term?
you can use either or.
This is a drinking night. It doesn't matter.
So tonight it's probably ping pong.
Okay.
The serious stuff is table tennis.
Okay.
So when you're talking the Olympics and our U.S. Olympic team, which is ranked 24th in the world, so hopefully our developmental program with these kids is going to get some guys up there that can challenge these other countries, so we can move up. Right now we're the Detroit Lions of table tennis. That's not good. It's not good.
And honestly, if no one's ever seen table tennis in the Olympics, it's intimidating. It's great because it's not just like one table going. It's a whole gigantic warehouse full of people doing it.
Exactly. Well, table tennis is one of the few sports where you can pick up a paddle and have fun immediately. Or a lot of other sports, you got to really get geared up and get going. But table tennis, you're having fun right from the get-go. And everybody loves to play, and it doesn't matter how good you are. You can be a ranked beginner or a superstar Olympic player, and everyone else in between. And everybody has fun playing table tennis.
It's one of the few things you can do. Like a lot of workplaces, they'll just throw a table tennis, table in the back of the place, and then all of a sudden your breaks are a little more fun.
It's awesome for team building and all those kinds of things. The other beautiful thing about table tennis is it's safe. You're not falling off equipment. You're not getting hit by hockey pucks or hard balls. You're not breaking legs and doing all these things.
Oh, I am. I'm totally.
The balls are lighter than air. If you get hit in the head, they can go 100 miles an hour. If you get in the head, it stings for like 2 seconds, and then that's it. You're okay. So you're not going to get hurt playing table tennis.
No one's ever said you're going to poke your eye out with the
exactly.
Table tennis.
Although I've tried, it doesn't work.
Do you have footage of that? I like
no,
to see
not yet. We could try that.
So we got an American flag and a Chinese flag. Is there a significance to this?
Absolutely. We are a Ping Pong Diplomacy themed table tennis club.
Okay.
Ping Pong Diplomacy refers to back in 1971. We pretty much had a Cold War with China. We really didn't have any relations at all. And through a few different things, their table tennis team invited some of our players over to Beijing to play. And we sent a group over there to play, and then the Chinese came here and played a few matches. And one of the matches they played in Detroit at Cobo Arena in front of 10,000 spectators.
Wow.
That opened the door for our president and their president to kind of get together, and we started having relations. And we're friends. We're both, the big kids on the block, so it's really important that we continue to get along. We're always going to have spats with trade wars and stuff, and obviously they're having a real issue right now with this virus, and we're helping them with that, so we need to get that under control. I was in Wuhan a few years ago on a ping pong diplomacy mission, and got to meet the people there. It's a beautiful city. They're good people, so we want to get that situation under control.
Wait, so are you saying you're a professional tabletop tennis player?
I am not a professional table tennis player. When you're a professional, that means you get paid for what you do. So I don't get paid for playing table tennis.
Well, you went there to play on a diplomacy.
Right, but it was more about, it wasn't as, the playing was more, it wasn't serious playing.
Okay.
It wasn't tournaments or anything like that. It was more friendship, meeting the people, cultural exchange, and what we can do to keep friendly.
Right.
Like I said, we're always going to have spats with the trade wars and things like that. But then a lot of times the people-to-people relationship and sports can affect politics and economics. So that's what ping pong diplomacy is all about. So we have a good, friendly relationship with the Chinese Table Tennis Federation and the Chinese consulate in Chicago. And they've actually donated some tables and some equipment.
And that squeaky noise is the chair, not a bed. Okay, stop asking me.
It's a squeaky ping pong balls, too. So, yeah, that's the significance of the Chinese American flags. It's ping pong diplomacy. You can find more about ping pong diplomacy on our site, pongdetroit.com.
I feel like I understand the movie Forrest Gump so much better now because I didn't know that those scenes actually had a place in history.
Absolutely.
I had no idea. I just sure, table tennis, that's funny, that's cool.
And don't feel bad. A lot of people do not know about ping pong diplomacy, and that's part of what we're doing is educating people about how ping pong brought the countries together.
So, have you played professionally, or how did you get into ping pong to a point where you can be part of ping pong diplomacy?
I've been playing since I was 5 years old, and then years ago I played in a lot of tournaments. Played in the state tournament. We used to have a United States teams tournament at Cobo Hall years ago, and I played in that. So I got we have a ranking system, and I got fairly well up. wasn't anywhere near like the best in the state of Michigan or anything like that. But we have what I like to call two calibers of players. You have your basement players that play in the basement, and they're the kings of their basement. None of their friends can beat them, and they think they're the god of table tennis. Then they come out and they play the people that play in the tournaments and play on tables like this, and it's a rude awakening for them.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this table. It's like, this isn't the table that's been in the basements, that are in the garages.
We're not in Kansas anymore. This is the real deal. So, yeah, this is not the Kmart table that your mom folds the clothes on and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I assume the balls bounce on it differently.
It's totally different bounce, totally different sound. It's like the difference between putt golf and the PGA.
Yeah, even these paddles feel a little bit different. But they've always had two colors. Is there a reason why they've always had
There absolutely is, and I'll show that to you. These rubber sheets, there's different rubber sheets.
Video version is different than the audio version, but go ahead.
Well, the rubber sheets, some of them are stickier for more topspin. Some of them have a thicker sponge for more speed. Some of them are more defensive. So when you play a match, you have the right to look at your opponent's equipment, and you can see what he has. And that way you can tell he might have speed on one side. The red side could be speed. The black side could be defensive. So that way when you're playing, if you spin in his paddle, it gives you a chance to know what's coming off that sheet of rubber, whether it's going to be coming.
And there's more than two different types of rubber on it.
Well, there can be.
Yeah.
You can mix or match, and you can do anything you want. There's hundreds of different variations of rubber sheets for the table tennis blades.
Okay. And so when people play in a tournament, they're not like, okay, everyone use these paddles. Use whatever paddle that you want to use.
If you're in a tournament, everyone has their own paddle.
Okay.
And they ordered their own rubber sheets. So they depending on their style of play.
Right.
Whether they're playing a heavy topspin game or a defensive chop game or an attack game, or there's different styles of play. the top players in the world are pretty much attack players.
Right. Well, I just learned something. I mean, I knew the two sides were different. I didn't know what.
The colors are different. The sides
Well, the
don't
colors.
have to be different. This paddle actually has the same rubber on both sides.
Okay.
But a lot of them don't. A lot of them will have a different.
Yeah.
And again, so when you're playing, you have to react in a nanosecond when someone's rifling the ball at you at 100 miles an hour. So that at least gives you a heads up as to how that ball's coming, whether it's got spin on it or no spin or anything like that. So that's the significance of the colors, and that's ITTF rule. You have to do.
So I gotta ask, because you've been playing for so long, when the sport of beer pong started to become a thing, I know it's already kind of faded, but when that became a thing, like when it first started coming, when you started seeing table tennis balls, someone's like, "Oh, you guys bringing a table tennis table up or something?" Like, no, man, beer pong.
Well, beer pong originally started with paddles, and then they got rid of the paddles, and then they just started throwing the balls, and then and then insanely picking the balls up off the dirty floor, putting them in a beer and drinking them. And we wonder why there's so many viruses around the world. That's all I'm saying. That's all I've got to say about beer pong.
What's a moment, and this doesn't have to be from Pong Detroit, this could be from any time. What's a moment where you're playing ping pong with somebody, like maybe teaching them, and you could just see it in their eye, like, I'm glad I took this time out to teach somebody, or just see something stick? That
actually happened at Clark Park when I started the table tennis program, and I didn't realize, I thought the kids would be really into it, but I didn't realize how good I was going to feel seeing them get into it. So that was the surprise for me, and they were having a blast. So I really, really enjoy training the kids, and they really like it. And it's amazing how quickly they improve.
Was there anything they said or like something they did that made you go, "That's why I'm doing this"?
The smile on the face.
Yeah,
it's just that simple. But you asked about a ping pong story, so I'll bring that up. I mentioned earlier that we used to have the United States teams table tennis championships at Cobo Hall. And I was on a team, and we were playing a team from Canada that had a 9-year-old girl who was a table tennis phenom. So here I am. It's an important match, and I need to win, and everyone's cheering for this little girl, and she's just nailing it. And I'm in the biggest ping pong battle of my life.
Can I ask how old were you at the time?
Oh, I was in my 30s.
And she was how old?
9. She was 9 years old, and she was easily as good as me. But she wasn't scared. I was. She had nothing to lose. I had everything to lose. My teammates were like freaking out. We had all these people, and the pressure. I was shaking. I was nervous. I was sweating, and
I hope she was taunting you too.
It went
like, "What's it smell, old man?"
She was like an ice woman or ice girl. She had no expression. She was just all business. So we get to she won the first game. I won the second game. Now we're in the final game, and we're at game point. Got to win by 2. And it's back and forth. She's up a point. I'm up a point, and I finally beat her.
Okay.
Much.
Did it feel good beating a 9-year-old? Did it feel good?
Well, it kind of did because she was really good. But the problem with that is that I was so spent from that match. I was toast for the rest of the tournament, and I never won another match. And it just it wore me out. And it even now thinking back to it, it's
you're starting to sweat a little bit,
like,
man.
It's like it was. Yes, I still have nightmares of that match.
Wow. So that wasn't even like the final match.
And if that girl's out there somewhere, hey, I'm sorry I beat you.
Oh, yeah, I'm totally just ruined her.
Right.
It's like, there was this old man. And he kept sweating.
Exactly.
It wasn't that I couldn't beat him. It was just he started to smell. And I didn't know. He was crying. I felt bad.
Maybe she gave me that last point. She felt sorry for me. I never even really thought about that.
Oh, man. Well, hey, I appreciate the invite and hanging out here. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I just want everyone to know that they can come out and have a good time. And like I said, when you come here and play and have some food and drink, you're supporting our community programs. So that really helps. So come on out and have fun. It's a blast.
Well, for these community programs, like, you mentioned that there's a wheelchair involvement and there's other things. What do you expect to come out of that?
I think it's just good for people in wheelchairs are looking for things to do. Obviously, they're disabled, so they can't. There's a lot of sports they
and the
really can't
tables
do.
stay at the same height.
Yeah, tables stay the
Okay.
same.
I'm just asking because I legitimately don't know.
I used to play with a guy from Lincoln Park. His name was Stefan Florescu. He passed away a few years ago. He was the gold medalist in table tennis for the Paralyzed Veterans of America. Won the gold medal several times. He could play in his wheelchair against people that weren't disabled and win. That's how good this guy was. So they get really good. You can get really good at wheelchair table tennis. And
So basically, it's a game anyone can play.
Absolutely. It's a game anyone can play. Like I said, it's safe, it's fun. Come on out and give it a try. We'll give you a few pointers if you want. If you just want to come and have fun and you have no ambitions in table tennis and you just want to have some beers and hang out, we love that. If you want to raise your game up a little bit and get exercise, we can take you there. We can take you as far as you want to go. So with training and with equipment. So just come on out and have some fun. Get started.
Well, hey, once again, I really appreciate you letting me come in. Let me do a podcast with a shotgun because I'm an idiot and forgot my other microphone. But hey, that's why we do impromptu things. It's
Well,
fun.
we appreciate you coming in, and we appreciate you helping us get the word out, and we'd appreciate it if you don't steal any of our ping pong balls because we need them.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this discussion and may the algorithms be in your favor. And there's a Patreon too. Pong Detroit, right? Ping Pong Detroit.
PongDetroit.com is our website. We're on all the social media, and that's it. Come and see us.
Doodles.